I'm going to kick us off officially. I don't know. It may be the three of us. We may have a power session or others may wander in. But regardless, welcome to our May special event, which is an old school possibilities party. We used to do these every month. And this year I've been doing these little mini workshops instead. But I wanted to do a possibilities party because we've had a lot of new people come in and I wanted to give people a chance to experience like what is it like to be in a circle? What does it mean to be in a what if up circle? So we can play with that and do some what if upping this evening. Before we do, I'm going to pass it over to Miss Diana Kennedy, who is one of our certified leaders. And Diana is going to do a grounding setting of intention. But before you do that, if you can do just an introduction and let us know why you do this work.
Right. Well, I'm so thrilled to be here. This is about the coolest thing to do on a Wednesday night, any week of the month. I'm Diana Kennedy, and I've been following Mindy's work for quite a while, over 10 years, I'm sure, but especially in the last probably 5. And I am a what if upper. The reason I love it, what if upping, is it gets me out of any negative thinking or stuck thinking, and it opens me up to a sense of possibility. It gives me a sense of hope. I feel lighter, I feel more colorful, and I get to meet great people. So that is what I get out of it. And then let's just take a moment to get centered and tune into our reason for being here tonight. Or if you're watching later, then perhaps it is what your reason is for tuning in or for coming back for more, for seconds and thirds and fourths to this work that has us be open-minded, open-hearted, curious, filled with wonder and awe. And so we settle into this moment with gratitude in our hearts and a sense of curiosity and possibility. And we give thanks in advance for all the good that is forthcoming during our time together. And so it is.
So it is. And so here we are. Keith is here. We get to see Keith again. Fantastic. Probably joining us from Hawaii. So we are covering, I just feel it's covering the planet. Like, hey there, Keith. Good to see you. How are you, my friend?
Hi, I'm hot.
Hi.
It's hot.
We're glad to see you. Diana was just getting us grounded and centered so that we can dive in tonight. She shared her why. I'll share my why. Why do I do this work? Why do I do this work? I've been doing this work for a very, very long time. And I do it because every time I do an event, every time I host a circle or go speak at a conference or whatever I do, there's always people who come up to me afterwards and just tell me the amazing things that happened for them because they do this simple little game. And so I just keep on talking, keep on spreading the word, and excited to have others like you who are also excited and spreading the word as well. So thank you for being here. I share my why. Diana has shared hers. Let's do some check-ins since we have a small group tonight. Kristen, if you're up for it, you want to introduce yourself and just kind of share like what brings you to these events?
Sure. My name is Kristen, and I am a certified dream builder coach. And I'm still working on getting that up and running, but it's a new venture for me. I'm a graphic designer and book publisher, but I wanted to do something different and something much more, connecting with people more. And so I saw Mindy in a video and fell in love with her message and read the book. I think I've read it about 6 or 7 times now in different formats, and I've listened to it as an audiobook, and it's my favorite book. I tell people that all the time, because as much as I learned in the Dream Builder program, this what if up circle, this I don't know, it really makes it simple, and it makes it much more fun than really like trying to, do this and do that. It instantly makes it fun and easy to understand. And I think that's what drew me to it. And then, Mindy, you just seem like a great person. So that also drew me to you. And I just want to spread this game and the message and get people thinking differently and being much more active in creating lives that they love and that they want to then share with other people. So this is a huge part of that for me, just sharing.
I love it. I agree. Absolutely. I think, I've done a lot of personal development work where it's, like, get the tissues ready because we're going to go deep and we're going to drudge stuff up. And there is a time and a place for that kind of stuff. But it is nice to have another option for, really pulling people forward and like, okay, what's next? Especially these days when it can be so challenging to stay optimistic, to stay hopeful when there's so much negativity, there's so much to complain about, valid, and yet, so much to worry about, valid, but, does that create a healthy, happy life? No, it doesn't. It just doesn't. So what if there's another way? And what if we bring that way to the world? Yeah. So I'm glad you're here, Kristen. Thank you for that. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Would you like to check in and say hello? And what brings you back to these events?
I'm disappointed that Kristen's not wearing her Batgirl outfit, though.
I do have my bats. They're always here with me.
There you go.
I don't know, because I found you like 20 years ago, didn't I? I think in Austin.
Long time ago. You're one of the originals.
Am I?
Yeah, yeah. That was in Austin, right?
Yes.
Your group was the group that I write about here. Like, there was a group in Wimberley, Texas, and a group in Austin, and you were in the Austin group.
Yeah, because it was Unity Church of the Hills, on Anderson Mill Road.
Yep, a long time. So what keeps bringing you back?
I don't know. I haven't been for ages. So I lost touch with it.
Oh, we're seeing more of you these days. It's really nice.
We're doing these online events.
It's nice.
And I'm here in Hawaii on my own, essentially, although I've met friends out here, but it's nice to connect with the universe.
It is. And it's always great to see.
And there's also a chance to practice this too, because I was thinking I don't seem to do it except once a month. Maybe I should do it more than once a month.
Well, I tell you, at least once a month is a routine, right? So you don't totally forget about us. But it is one of those things. It's like, going to the gym. You go once a month. That's better than not going at all. But the more you make a routine out of it, the more it just flows, the more it creates that kind of neural shift. It's the plasticity that we talk about,
Do you what if up by yourself? Or
yes, I tell you, just what if up everything. We had our yesterday, well, this kind of goes back. So we're doing all these renovations we have a couple cabins on our site. And the idea is that eventually we'll be doing mastermind events here, very small, intimate mastermind events here on our property. So we're renovating our cabins. And so there's been all this construction gear. Our lawn is an absolute mess. It's been raining nonstop. And my husband's truck got stuck in the mud. And so one of the contractors tried to pull him out. And literally, he was so stuck in the mud that it pulled the entire bumper off of the back of his car. So it's been sitting there literally for a month. It's been sitting stuck in the mud. We're like waiting for the snow to melt, waiting for the road to dry out. So we finally called AAA yesterday, and they sent out a guy with a truck, and he had one of those that kind of reels it in. And so he got his truck, and he connected the truck, and he starts reeling it in. And then he gets stuck. He starts spinning his wheels. And so then the big truck. So it's like my husband's truck, and then the tow truck, and then the giant tow truck. So it comes in and it's trying, it's like this daisy chain of these vehicles that are stuck in the mud. And I'm watching out my window and I'm going, ooh, this is a good metaphor for something. This is about spinning your wheels. This is about getting unstuck. I'm like, what am I going to learn? What am I going to learn watching this happen? So I love that that's like the mindset of what if upping is okay. This is, I hope that I don't have, 3 trucks in my backyard that are stuck forever, but I'm going to learn something from it. And I'm videotaping it. I'm like, I'm going to turn this into something. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Did you video it? We need to see it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I did videotape it. It took them hours. They were here until like almost 6 o'clock last night. So I will edit it together into a little short and share some of my observations about.
And that was all included in your
how to stop spinning your wheels. Get deeper and deeper and deeper, and what does it take to get out of that mess? Can't do it alone. Cannot do it alone. Anyway,
AAA paid for it. You didn't have to pay extra for that. I just wondered.
No, I know. It was amazing. Thank you, AAA. So that's my AAA endorsement. So that being said, this is a possibilities party. So this is an opportunity to experience a what if circle. And we haven't done one of these and we haven't done it this year. So it's been 6 months since we've done a virtual possibilities party. But I wanted to do this in May because we're rolling out our new certification program, and we'll also have our group leader training. But I'm starting with the certification program because I know I got people that are ready to go. So I wanted to give people an opportunity to experience it before they jump in and make sure they know what they're jumping into. And so I'm glad you're here. I'll talk more about that at the end so you can learn more about that. But we'll just kind of jump in and do our circle and, sort of see where everybody is and how we can support each other. So I think everybody here has done a circle before. So this will be a review. But like you said, Keith, you can't do it too often. The more you do it, every time you do it, your brain is just like firing and rewiring and all that good stuff. So the way the process works is we will all share can be a goal, an intention, something you want to stop, something. It can be I want a new car. It can be I want a new house. It can be a thing. It can be an idea. I want to experience greater peace. I want to experience forgiveness. I want to get unstuck. It could be something like that as well. So we'll have a moment to go off camera and think about what we want to put into the group today as our intention or our challenge. And then for 2.5 minutes, I got a little stopwatch here for 2.5 minutes. We share as many what if up ideas as we can. And then at the end of that, of course, I got my pom-poms, so that we can give you rock star applause and celebrate you and all those possibilities, knowing that it's done. We've imagined it and aligned the energy. So there it is.
I better put my hat on so I can be present.
Oh, there you go. Hey, where'd he go? Peekaboo.
Now.
So as a reminder, we have our 7 powerful rules, not guidelines, rules. As a reminder, everyone participates, so we'll all have a time in the spotlight. That also means that when it's your turn in the spotlight, you can what if up your own ideas as well. You can participate in your own spotlight. Skip your story, so we don't need the backstory. Just get to what you want. Be grateful for the ideas, meaning there's no need to say anything when you get a what if, but if you must say something, the only thing you're allowed to say is thank you in response to a what if idea. Rule number 4 is that we toss our to-do list. This is not designed to give you a giant list of things to be accountable for. Only do the things that you feel inspired to take action on. There is no coaching, no advising or fixing. The way we avoid that is by starting everything with the words what if, and we don't call on people because ideas don't like to get called on. Creativity doesn't work that way. So we allow everything to flow organically, knowing that there's no such thing as a bad idea. Or permission, I just say, well, maybe there is, but permission to have bad ideas as long as they are given with love and with positive intent. Just keep what if upping. And if we hit an idea lull, we can just get outrageous. It doesn't have to be practical. It doesn't have to be realistic. Sometimes the crazy ideas will take us into new lands, new possibilities. And the final rule number 7, is to think big, have fun, and notice how those ideas feel so that you can discern what is your inspired action and where you want to take it from here. So any questions on the process or the rules? Cool. I'm thinking this will be like a good little sample session for our training. Like when we get the training, I might just pull this clip out and like, this is how we do it. This is how we do it.
Put my makeup on. Shit.
Right. Yeah, right. So let's, so what we're going to do is take 1 minute off camera. And in that minute, it is your time to think about how you want to answer the question, what do you want? So that will be the prompt at the beginning of your 2.5 minutes. I'll ask, what do you want? And it might be something like, what's an example? What can we do as an example? Maybe you want
a new job.
A new job. So maybe you want a new job. And so we would kick out some what if ideas like, what if that new job finds you? What if you say something in this group and somebody's like, oh, I got the job for you? What if it's easy? What are some other ideas? What else you got?
What if it emerges out of something you're already doing as a hobby or in part-time work?
What if it's all the things you love about the things you've done in the past and all the things that you don't love don't show up in the new job? What if it's all the things that you wish your previous jobs could have been?
What if your new job is a new business you do on the side at first?
What if it takes you?
What if an idea comes to you in a dream?
What if a connection comes to you while you're out getting coffee and taking care of yourself? Walking the dog. So that's how the process works. And you will have a chance to play with that with your own, whatever it is that you want to put out. So that's the prompt. What do you want? I'm going to turn my camera off for 1 minute. And when I turn my camera back on, that's your cue to come join us again. And then we'll jump into our circle. Sound good? I will see you in 60 seconds then. Have fun. Time goes so fast. It has been a minute already. It's been a minute. When you're ready, come back in. That lets me know that you are ready to go. Diana's still thinking? There she is. There's Kristen. All right. Oh, and Heidi's joining us. We have a newcomer to our group. Fantastic. Heidi, welcome. Your timing is impeccable. We are just about to start our what if circle. If you're able to come on camera, I don't know if you're able to, but we would love to have you join us. So you're going to pick this up really fast. We're doing, hi Heidi.
Hi.
How are you? Good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Do you want to introduce yourself and say hi? We're about to jump into a circle. We'd love to. Get to know
Oh
you a
gosh,
little
I'm
bit.
sorry. I don't want to, I apologize for being late. I'm in Austin and
Nice.
saw you years ago, and I've been following you and enjoyed just enjoying your success, and happy to be here. I listened to something you did the other day, and it was just perfect. And I was like, okay, I'm getting on again.
Come back in. Awesome. Heidi, we were just talking to Keith because Keith was in the original What If Circle at Unity Church of the Hills in Austin.
Oh, really?
We were just talking about that. So
Oh, that's cool.
your paths might have crossed.
Were you at Church of the Hills?
Yes.
There you go. There you go. Well, wonderful. Well, we are going into our What If Circle. And the way it works is everyone has a 2.5 minute spotlight. If you choose to, you can always opt out if you want to, but we hope everybody will be part of it. Your spotlight will begin with a prompt, what do you want? And you can share anything that you want, something you want to do, something you want to be, something you want to have. And then for 2.5 minutes, we will what if up that possibility, sharing as many what if ideas as we can. The rules, a quick review. Everyone participates, so we all have a chance to share ideas and to receive ideas. And we skip the story, so we want to just get to the heart of what we want without the backstory. When people share ideas, rule number 3 is to be grateful. So just respond. You don't need to say anything, but if you need to respond, just say thank you. Toss the to-do list. So this is not designed to give you a bunch of things you have to follow up on. Just take action as you feel inspired. There is no coaching, no advising or fixing. The way we avoid the temptation to coach each other is by starting every sentence, every possibility with the words, what if? We don't call on people. We let the ideas flow organically. And then rule number 7 is to think big, have fun, notice how you feel. This game, this exercise is really an incredible tool for amplifying awareness of the way you feel. Certain ideas will feel exciting. Certain ideas will feel flat. Certain ideas will feel like, nope, that one's not mine to do. And as you pay attention to that, you get really good at discerning where your yes lives. And if every day you just follow your yes and see where it leads you, it will lead you to amazing places. So, we'll start, Heidi, I'm going to put you at the end of our cycle so you have a chance to see how it works and see how other people are doing it. But feel free to jump in at whatever level you're comfortable. Is there anybody who is like feeling like, I'm ready, I want to go first? Anyone? First one in the spotlight?
I'll go
Yes.
first. Why not?
Yay. All right, Kristen, I am putting 2.5 minutes on my clock. What do you want?
I want to schedule and host some workshops and get this coaching business going.
Oh, cool.
What if you came to the right place? What if we absolutely help you with that?
Absolutely.
What if you meet people who give you referrals?
What if you start small and then just let it grow and grow and grow?
What if you have some sort of a drawing box in a situation that works perfectly, and that way you get names of all these people that you can tell more about your business and your programs?
What if you give a talk at a church or something like Unity Church to tell people what you do, let people sign up.
What if you identify the people that you most want to teach? Like, what if you really hone in on a specific target market, like people who are writing books or authors, creatives, things like that? And what if that is what draws people in? What if your workshops and your programs build a real strong community around whatever you decide you want to teach into that?
And what if once you do finally hone that, you get to do some guest podcasting and guest speaking that just funnels those right and perfect people to you?
What if you create a Facebook group about coaching and start inviting people to join, I guess, and then start posting content out there? People will find it, I guess, or Facebook will put it in front of people. Start to build an audience.
What if you have a launch party for your coaching practice and invite 20 or 30 of your favorite people and new people you don't know yet, and plant some seeds for people who are networkers, and then have a lunch party?
I love
Not
that.
a lunch party, but a lunch party.
What if it's a luncheon launch?
A luncheon launch. I love it.
I want to
luncheon
go.
launch.
Oops.
What if it's a virtual luncheon launch so that we
Yes.
can all be there?
A brown
Yeah.
bag. What if it's a brown bag luncheon launch online?
What if you look at the things that you're really good at, like the publishing pieces or all your different skill sets, and what if you really like look at all the resources that you have and how they dovetail into one cohesive business?
Yeah, what if you design a knockout logo for your business?
What if you use like a chat GPT to create a business plan and tweak it? Oh my gosh, I'm the timer. Where's your timer? That's me. Okay, I'm the timer. That's 2.5 minutes.
Thank
For
you. Yay.
Kristen. I get so into it. I really need, like, when you do this when you go to the certification or if you go through a circle leader training, it will tell you, have someone else be the timer.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, more ideas. I get so into what you're talking
It's
about.
so much fun, though.
It is so much fun. Yeah, nothing wrong with going 3 minutes, right? There's also that.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Let me get back to my little thing here. So fantastic. Well, deep breath in, everybody. Nice cleansing breath. As we see all of those wonderful possibilities, the coaching, the workshops, like all of that coming together in a beautiful and perfect way with clients and impact and all the things that you want, we see that and we know it to be true. And so it is. So one more deep breath in to feel it and to know it and to let it go into the universe so that the universe can take care of you. That's what it does. So thank you for going first. Anybody feeling like you would like to go next? Diana. Okay, Diana, 2.5 minutes on the clock. What do you want?
I want to experience wild abundance in every area of my life. Yeah.
What if you're feeling it right now? What if you could feel it like in your hair? Your hair is like, what if it's like every time you shake your hair, you like are affirming that wild abundance is already here now.
Yeah. What if I feel it down to my toe and that I'm not the same person when we finish our call today? What if I step into it in a bold, new, sparkly way?
What
Today.
if it's not something to manifest as a tangible as much as it is something to manifest as a beingness? What if that wild, abundant beingness of you attracts that into your life in all kinds of fun and exciting and
Except
What if you have a regular gratitude practice for what you have?
thank you. What if I give thanks right now?
Yes.
what if you do a watercolor of what wild abundance looks like to you? Like, what if you get yourself a big canvas and paint it so that it's in your space, in your visual space?
Yeah.
And what if I dance it too before I get off the call so that it's embodied? And then I begin to think about paintbrushes and the canvas.
Yeah.
What if I choreograph some things, choreograph something that it can become my go-to?
What if it's an abundance?
What if I put butter on that abundance?
What if you put some butter on your abundance?
Yeah. What if you have a class called Dance Your Way to Abundance or something? Get people to sign up and pay you.
What if you affirm it every morning, first thing when you wake up, you look in the mirror and you affirm, I am wildly abundant. And what if it's the last thing you say to yourself before you go to bed? I am wildly abundant. And so it is. Thank you,
And
God.
so it
So it is.
is.
And so it is. And that is a little more than 2.5 minutes. It goes so fast. So cheering for you, Diana Kennedy, and the wild and wildly abundant spiritual being that you are. Very, very exciting. So we see you and we know you, and I like not someday, not like 2 minutes from now, like right here and now, wildly abundant. That is who you are. That is how you are, and that is what you do. So we see it and we know it for you. And so it is. So it is. Awesome. All right. So let's take a deep breath in to feel that and to affirm that. Oh, I feel the love. Look at that. And then to let it go and release it and trust it. I know. Diana's got her magic on.
Yeah, another Zoom.
All right. Who would like to go next?
I felt left out. I can't feel abundance in my hair.
Yours is in the invisible realm, but it's still.
Okay. Must be my turn then.
Are you ready to go next, Keith? Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
What do you want?
You
got 2.5 minutes.
What I want is a fabulous relationship with my soulmate.
Oh, yes. What if that fabulous relationship with your soulmate begins with a fabulous relationship with yourself?
What if you do a commitment ceremony and state your vows and truly experience that inner marriage, which will attract your outer connection, the outer partnership?
Yeah.
What if you just really fully engage in your community, doing things like volunteering in a garden or taking walks or doing the things that you love to do? What if you volunteer and serve and contribute? And in the midst of that, you not only are surrounded by incredible people who fall in love with you just because of who you are, but what if that's where you connect with other people who share your values and your consciousness?
Yeah, it's like, what if I learned to love myself? What if I could get over not feeling good enough? I don't know, that's a negative what if, but what if I could feel worthy? What if I could know I'm worthy?
Yeah.
What if you look in the mirror and say, I love you, I really, really love you. Mwah.
What if you have a date night with yourself? What if you think about like what you would like, how you'd like to take yourself out on a date?
Buy myself a box of chocolates and
what if you buy yourself a box of chocolates or take yourself out to a movie or do something fun for yourself?
What if you light a candle tonight to symbolize this new vision in your life coming to fruition?
Love it.
What if you start seeing little surprises that start introducing you to more and more people and therefore more opportunities to find that special someone?
Yeah. Wow.
What if you journal what it will be like when you have found your perfect partner and you write all about the path and how grateful you are to be where you are?
I love it.
That is 2.5 minutes and then some. So you can feel like sparks are flying over there in Hawaii. So what if good things are like knocking at your door? What if somebody actually comes and knocks on your door and is like, hey,
I'm looking for you.
I want to have been meaning to ask you if I could have sex with you tonight.
Well, with that happy thought, let's know it and feel it, and not just the relationship, but also the knowing that you're worthy of that relationship and the loving of yourself, not relying on someone else to love you, but like sourcing that love and emanating that love and letting that love be your point of attraction. We see that as the truth of who you are, this lovable and loving man that is a magnet for healthy and supportive and loving relationships. We see that to be your truth. And so let's take a deep breath into that. Let that into every cell of our being. And And then breathe out to relax and release any resistance to that. Let it flow. And so it is. Whoop. Ooh. Keith brings the sizzle to our party, don't you? So, Heidi, by now, hopefully you get a sense of how our little game works.
What a
So-
fun game.
Yes. Would you like to have a round in the spotlight?
Yes.
What do you
Yeah,
want?
Okay. Yeah.
do you have-
I want to just be so happy that I joined this. This is fun. This is beautiful, Mindy. I would like to let go of the things in my office that are weighing me down from my past
Mm.
and organizing my office and letting go. That's what if I could do that?
Yeah. What if you start with one thing? What if it's like tonight before you go to bed, you take, oh, I don't know, you may not be the office. My office is right here. What if the next time you're in your office, you find one thing that you could let go of?
What if the vision for clarity becomes brighter and shinier and bolder and realer, so it feels like you're stepping right into it right now?
What if you take a picture of the item that you're going to get rid of, but you know that you have something you can refer to, but you can let the actual item go?
And what if you have a sort of a ceremony for each item that honors the role that that item played in your life and who you've become? So what if it actually is a very spiritual process of honoring and releasing that which no longer serves you?
What if you find a charity that could use these items, like you
Mhm.
prepare them to donate, so that you have that sense of, I don't know, spaciousness by giving them away to someone who needs what you have.
What if you find a friend who also wants to do some decluttering or some organizing? And what if you have little work sessions, either in person or virtual work sessions, where you just take 15 minutes to clean something out together?
What if you begin to think about all the people who are going to receive, people, the organizations that are going to receive these items? You give thanks for the items, you give thanks for the people who are receiving, and that energy just allows it to happen. It helps you build momentum. And you feel the energy of that.
What if, as you step into your office and you look at the things in your space, for everything that you see, you ask, is this who I am? And is this who I'm becoming? And what if you don't feel a yes, you set it aside to let it find a new home, its next home?
Nice.
What if you give thanks for this whole process and for how it's inviting you into a next version of you?
And what if it results in an amazing, like high vibe in space that just energizes you and charges you up every time you step into the office? So that is 2.5 minutes. Heidi, timer. I don't know. Is this your first
Lovely.
time in a what if circle, Heidi?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, let us take that vision of you and your completely organized and 100% authentically you office space that is full of energy and light and expresses who you are and who you're becoming. We see that, we feel it, and we know it to be true for you. And so it is. And so
Thank you.
it is. So how was it, everybody? Have a good night. Like little hearts. I know. I think that's turned off because we got we got so distracted by that. Once we were doing that, we're like, what does this do? What does this do? What does this do? What does this do?
Don't you get to go, Mindy?
Oh, I'll go. I'll go. I always save myself for last because for me, and this is, for those of you who are thinking about becoming a circle leader or a certified leader, to me at least, it's a very different part of my brain that organizes and facilitates for others than that receives the ideas and can kind of kick back and be open to it. And so I usually put myself at the end, also because mine almost always lends into announcements. So I will end mine with some announcements of what's coming up. So before I get to me, and I appreciate that because I do love that you all are so generous with sharing ideas with me as well. Anything you'd like to share about the process or being together this evening?
I want more time.
More time.
Yeah.
We have a mastermind process where we do 2.5 minutes of brainstorming followed by 2.5 minutes of resource sharing. So it's a little different structure that gives you end up with an actual 6-minute spotlight instead of a 2.5-minute spotlight. So that's if you do the certification, and I know hopefully you will, that's one of the things we'll talk about.
Perfect.
It does fly. The time does fly. Time
So
flies.
this would be about like telling someone or suggesting someone, why don't you try this or call this person or
Yeah.
give a talk
Yeah.
at a community church or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In our mastermind, we do coaching, advising, and fixing. No fixing. No one's broken. But we do sort of open the door, because a lot of times what happens, especially when we do this in person, is people will come in and you'll have your circle. And then what that will lend itself to is people want to stay, because it's like, oh, I have, like, these are the ideas. But if you want to use one of those ideas, I can help you get connected. I know someone who you should meet, Keith, or I know someone who might want to come to your workshop, or I know someone who could help you get organized. And by the way, Heidi, we have an incredible, one of our What If Up coaches specializes in getting places organized. So if you ever want a coach, a get organized coach, I can recommend somebody. So
Okay,
that kind of
awesome.
yeah, that kind of stuff happens at the end. She's a New Thought person, and she's been organizing her church youth room, and she just loves to organize things. And she's a What If Up coach. So, yeah. Anything else you want to share about our fabulous circle this evening? This has been so sweet. Such a great group.
I just love how it's I feel excited and happy about getting all these different ideas, but I also feel the same for being able to offer them. Not that I offered too many tonight, but just that idea, like I really feel the connection here. And that's one of the things I love about this process is just, you kind of get to know people a little bit better, but it's all within this fun, game, as you call it. I love that aspect of it.
Yeah, it really is, the power of giving and receiving. One of the things that we teach, I've taught in New Thought, is, the giving and receiving happens simultaneously in consciousness. It's not that you give and then you receive. It's like the giving and the receiving are happening at the same time. And this process, more than anything I've ever done, really gives the experience of what that means. When in the receiving mode, in the spotlight, and I'm like excited about the ideas you're sharing, that's a gift back. So even though I'm in the receiving mode, I'm giving people the gift of, I like your idea. And the same is true, when you're giving an idea, you're also receiving that connection and that positive feedback that is so exciting. I also love the fact that, I've gone to a lot of networking events. I've spoken at a lot of things like that, where I go in and then I leave, and nobody ever talks to each other, and nobody knows what anybody's working on. And what I love in our What If Up community is, for the people who show up to events like this, we know what everybody's working on because we're vested in it. Like, we've shared ideas for it. We have intentionally and consciously engaged in each other's journey, which is a really beautiful thing. Cool stuff. All right. So my 2.5 minutes, I'm going to put 2.5 minutes on the clock for me. And what I want.
We get to ask you, Mindy, what do you want?
In my new certification program, actually it's not new, but in this new cohort for certification, I would really love to train 12 new certified leaders.
Right.
What if one of them is here in this group?
Thank you.
What if you call in your 12? The master number of 12, a number of wholeness. What if you call in the 12, you write down the qualities that they have, or doodle who they are, not even knowing for sure, but doodle them and let the universe bring them to you.
Thank you.
What if you throw that out to people just a handful of either coaches or people that and let them know that you're looking for 12 good folks. You're eager to work with 12 new leaders and get some referrals that way.
Get ideas from people that you have certified in the past.
What if there's people that have been out there just waiting for me to put this on the It goes up really fast. What if I have to put a cap on?
Yes. What if you have to put a cap? There's too many. No, there's too many.
Yeah.
What if it's 12 plus?
Waiting list.
A baker's dozen, at least.
And what if it's, what if we already are, what if we continue to attract the perfect people to do this kind of work? What if it's a really high intentionality, high consciousness, big-hearted group of people that just loves to be together and really naturally clicks?
What if it's as easy as letting this group tonight come together organically?
What if it's testing?
What if you see yourself in Austin and folks show up?
Hmm. What if we do a little what if up party in Austin?
Yeah. What if we
What
do?
if, Heidi, what if you host a possibilities party and people sign up for certification there?
Yeah.
So
What if
that
we
is
do one
2.5
in Maui?
minutes.
You're gonna
What's
do
that?
one-
Was
What
that
if we
Keith?
do one in Maui?
What about you want in Maui? Yes, get me to Maui. It's easier. I'm in Austin way more often. I've never been to Hawaii. It's one of my few states I've
You
never
never
been
been
to.
to Hawaii? Oh
I've never
my
been to
God.
Hawaii. So
No.
woohoo to Hawaii. I love the ideas. Thank you for generating those ideas for me. Let's take a moment, just take a breath in to see it and feel it and know that to be easy and joyful in every way. And breathe out, relaxing into it and celebrating the ease with which it manifests. And so is. And so with that, I'm very excited to announce 2 new things for our community. One of which I put in the May newsletter, which is we have a new website. I'm going to type it into the chat here. It's www.whatifitallgoesright. This is a new platform. It is not replacing anything. It's in addition to what we already have. The thing that is really cool about this is that you can set up a profile in there that has your address and it will let you find people that are in your geographic area. So it doesn't give people, people won't see your address, but if I put in my zip code here, I can see who's in a 25-mile, 50-mile radius, which is great if you want to put together a what if party. Maybe, Keith, what if you did a what if party for singles?
Yeah.
What if you sort of orchestrate that? So it's a fun way to get to see who's in your area. I've had people for years saying, is there anything happening in Dallas? Is there anything happening in Austin? And I always say, not that I know about, but I know that I have what if uppers in Austin and Dallas and Hawaii and all over the world. So this is a way for people to organize and connect with each other. So if you haven't signed up in there, it's free to sign up. At least it is now. It may not always be, but it is now. And you can put in a profile. If you put in your profile information, you'll show up in the directory. If you don't want to show up in the directory, just opt in and you'll get the newsletter and all that kind of stuff. It won't show up unless you have your profile and information in there.
Yeah, there's nobody in Hawaii.
There's got to be other people in Hawaii. I'm sure there are. You can't be the only one. But this is how we'll find out. This is how we'll find out. Because I tell you, we have been doing this ever since COVID when we took everything online. We have people that have been doing this literally since 2020 that I feel like they're family and we've never met in person. So, this is a chance to see who is in your area that we could potentially connect with.
Any results for your search, it says. Guess that means I better put myself in there.
Put yourself in there. Put yourself in there. And this just launched this week. So, I think I have my coaches in there. And even our coaches are still getting their photos in and their profiles updated and all that kind of thing. So you are on the leading edge of this. And if you see, that being said, I have been pushing, not attracting. I've really been pushing. I set a deadline for myself to have it ready to go for the May newsletter. And I had a deadline for myself to have certification ready to roll out by this party. So it may be a little buggy, but it's out there and I'm excited about it. We also have our new logo that we've landed on. So if you looked at the email, there was an email that went out right before this call with a reminder, and the new logo is at the bottom of that. So you can see what it looks like. Super exciting. And then finally, our new certification program. So here's how certification works. We've done this in different ways. I'm super excited about this format. So what I'm doing is it's a series of 3 one-on-one coaching calls with me. There's an online course component that you can do at your own pace. So you can kind of go through it. You can binge watch it one weekend or you can do it over time. And there is a practicum. So the way it works is when you sign up, first thing you do is you'll schedule your one-on-one with me and we'll do sort of a check-in to customize it. If you want to coach, then I'll make sure you get the coaching resources. But if you don't ever want to coach, you just want to do circles, you can kind of skip around. So we're going to kind of custom design the curriculum for you in that first session. That'll be a half-hour one-on-one coaching session. Once you've done that, then it will unlock the curriculum and you can do the curriculum pieces that relate to, whatever it is that you're wanting to do. So we'll map that out together. After you've done the online piece, then this is another one-on-one coaching session. So we can see if you have any questions, like how does it work and anything you're nervous about, anything like that, we work through it. And then you go into a practicum. And the practicum is where you get to practice hosting a circle or coaching or whatever it is that you want to do. We'll also probably, we've done practice circles. So may get some of our certified coaches in to help facilitate some of that kind of stuff. So there'll be a practicum. You can, again, do it at your own pace. And then once you've completed that practicum, then there is another one-on-one that is a skills assessment. And that's sort of your final, like, how did it go? And what are you noticing? And what are you learning? And then all goes well in that skills assessment. You get certified and you get licensed for the year. So it includes a 1 year of your licensing. So that is, let me see if I have that I do. So I'm going to put that in the chat as well. So that offer is now live online as of about an hour and 20 minutes ago. So yeah, so that is now available and ready if anyone wants to check it out. I'm offering it at what I think will be a discounted rate. It'll probably go up once we get all the bugs worked out and get it really optimized. But for this cohort, it's a $997 program for the certification, and that also includes the first year of licensing. Super excited about that. The goal is after June 1st, the cohort will close and whoever is in is in. And it is a self-paced course, but whoever's in that cohort will have our practice. We can have some practice groups and things like that, support groups. So any questions about any of that? Heidi's back.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so sorry.
I'm glad you came back. Like, oh, we lost her. So any questions, any comments, any insights, feedback? Good things are happening. Good things are happening.
You need to come to Hawaii, though.
I know. Make it so, Keith. Let's see. We got a good
I
Unity.
can't believe you haven't been to Hawaii. God.
Get me out to that Unity church. Let's do a retreat or something. I would love to do that. That would be fantastic. Maybe you do a What If Up well-being retreat in Hawaii. Wouldn't that be fun? What if you organize that for me, Keith? What if you find some amazing partner that wants to help you organize a retreat like that? Anything is possible.
Yeah, we can find a great place. There's a retreat center I like here that I go to for yoga classes.
Oh, cool. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Well, it's so good to see you all. Heidi, you're our first timer. How'd you do?
Well, I'm just blown away by this, actually, to tell you the truth. And I actually see you in Hawaii. I see it happening. Keith, go for it.
Let me know when you're coming.
Make it so. I'm coming to Texas the weekend of June 1st. I'm going to be in Dallas, Fort Worth for a speaking engagement. So if we could rustle something up in Austin.
Well, you're halfway there, then you just get the nonstop.
I know, I'm so close. I'm so close.
The flight to Maui.
Yeah, just keep going. Keep going.
It's only like 9 hours from Dallas, I think.
Yeah, piece of cake.
Yeah, when I first came here, I couldn't believe how far away it is.
It's a long ways from northern New York, that's for sure.
It's a very long way.
That's for sure. Well, anything else you'd like to share? So good to see you all.
Yeah,
You want me to read the manifesto?
Yes, thank you. I almost forgot. So Diana is going to close us. We call this the What If Up Manifesto. This is a reminder of who we are and why we're here. And this will close us out. I just want to, again, thank you for being here. Remind you, we have our Facebook group. If you're not in it, I'll put that in the chat while Diana's reading the manifesto. It is really easy to invite people into it. One of our values is radical accessibility. So if you know somebody that you think this would benefit, please invite them in. And if this is completely member supported, so if you feel inspired to make a contribution, donation, I will put that link in the chat as well. And we are very, very grateful for everyone who contributes one time, ongoing, any amount. It all helps tremendously. So love and blessings to you. Diana, close us out with our manifesto.
Right.
Are you going to dance the manifesto?
Yes, let it flow. Let it flow.
Y'all dance and I'll read. It's not woo-woo. Happiness is not fluff. Following your heart is not flaky. In a world of fear, divisiveness, and cynicism, those of us who have chosen to remain joyful, heart-centered, and optimistic about the future make this promise. We will not be waved off for our idealism or cast aside for dreaming impossible dreams. We will not diminish our joy nor sacrifice our ideals. as we bond together to ease the growing pains of humanity's evolution. We have come together in this moment in history to dream a new dream, to invite others into the deliciousness of hope, and to unapologetically believe that something better is possible. I am a what if upper. I bring good ideas to life. I think we can say that together. I'll say it first and then we'll say it together. I am a what if upper. I bring good ideas to life together. I am a what if upper.
Good
Bring
ideas to life.
To life.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thanks to everybody. Feel the good vibes. It's so good to see you. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Much love. Bye.